Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I am continuing the Kanye West series with my beautiful dark twisted fantasy. You might notice this video looks a little different to the rest of my Kanye videos. That's because those I was filming on just a blank green screen so I could do like fancy editing and stuff. But apparently the Kanye fans have not been responding all that well to that. They've not been crazy on the editing style. So for the rest of the series, unless there's high demand for that to come back, I'm going to just do the videos like this, like I do with most of my other videos, where you can see the chat on screen and it's just me in front of title. Yeah, we are now on to Twisted Fantasy, Kanye's most beloved album, and it's not even close. Let me pull this shit up here, one sec. This album has an 89.4, rounded down an 89. It's number 65 all time on Album of the Year. Number 65 all time. Which places it, I think, in... Oh, actually, no. Late Registration's higher than it. And College Dropout. Wait. College Dropout and Late Registration are higher than Twisted Fantasy? Oh, well, that has thrown a wrench in my intro. Wow. No, this is the third highest rated Kanye West album on Album of the Year. I thought it was number one, but no, it's not. Either way, still, it's a top 100 album all time on the site. Almost cracking the top 50. This is... another just widely praised, widely beloved, besides Fantano, of course, his infamous review, that everybody seems to love this album. And in fact, I love this album. This is the Kanye West album, well, one of the Kanye West albums going into this series that I've already heard. The first of which, in fact, I have listened to this album, I think, twice, both of which I really enjoyed. And it's been a good while since I've listened to it, so this is going to be a fairly fresh listen. There's lots of songs on here that I do remember decently well. I remember Power. I remember All of the Lights, obviously. I think I remember Monster. I think I remember Runaway. And I remember Lost in the World, I'm pretty sure. Besides that, most of this is going to be fairly fresh. This came out in 2010. 13 tracks, an hour and 8 minutes. That's a hefty runtime for only 13 tracks. Let's do this shit, man. Track 1, Dark Fantasy.
You might think you've peeped the scene. You haven't. The real one's far too mean.
Look at this goofy fucking animated album cover, bro. The One Piece is real! Can we get much higher? I remember that. I forgot the album opened with this. Turn off the slideshow. I can. Tidal has dictated that this album will be animated. Kind of when he started losing his shit, yeah. Oh, it doesn't say how high that. I thought those backing vocals were saying how high, but it's just saying oh over and over again. I swear, it doesn't say how high. Oh.
Yeah. I fantasize about this back in Chicago. Mercy, mercy me, that mercy will I go. You ain't got no fucking Yeezy in Serato. Stupid, but what the hell do I know?
Heard about the recording process for this? No.
Tell me how the plan was to drink it to the pain over. But what's worse, the pain or the hangover?
It's interesting hearing this coming off of 808s as well. This is like such a massive return to like the first three albums. Specifically, this one's reminding me of Late Registration the most. It's fascinating that like he has such a massive departure in his sound with 808 and then goes right back to doing something so similar to the first three immediately with this project. Thank you, Taylor Swift. It was a strict collaboration process. Everyone in suits. One of the most expensive albums ever made. Cost an estimated $3 million to create. Holy shit. Oh yeah, the production is so detailed. I mean, for an intro for an album like this, I don't think it gets much better than Dark Fantasy. I'm feeling a solid 9 on this as an opener. The lyricism here, where he's explored a similar theme to this before about fame not being all it's cut out to be. Him kind of describing it being the ultimate fantasy, but, you know, the way that he explores it being the dark fantasy of, you know, falling into addiction and stuff like that throughout this track. And that juxtaposition with the chorus with these angelic backing vocals and the question of can we get much higher? Like, this is just such a fucking striking way to kick this album off, man. I didn't remember much about this intro besides obviously the chorus. The chorus is fucking iconic. But besides that, yeah, I have to say, coming back to this is like really gripping me even more now that I'm doing like a full attentive listen with this album. This is a fucking excellent intro in my opinion. Gorgeous up next. With Kid Cudi and Raekwon.
Ain't no question if I want it, I need it. I can feel it slowly drifting away from me. Down, down.
penitentiary chances. The devil dances and eventually answers to the call.
Whoa.
This the real world, homie. School finished. They just stole your dreams. You don't know who did it.
I like this genius annotation here. Cudi revealed that he had to lie in order to get on the song. Gorgeous was one of those records that as soon as I heard the beat, I was like, man, this is the one. I came up to him and I was like, man, are you working on this record? Are you working on this beat? He goes, yeah, do you have an idea for it? I was like, yeah, I might. I didn't. I was lying like a motherfucker. That is so fucking funny. Honestly based.
The soul music of the slaves that the youth is missing. But this is more than just my road to redemption.
Honestly, the sampled guitar riff and the gated vocals, it almost gives this like a rap rock quality. Fucking hell, I can't speak.
And what's a black beetle anyway? A fucking roach? I guess is why they got me sitting there fucking coach. I ain't got it, I'm coming after whoever who has it. I'm coming after whoever who has it.
Then lenses, kid, Armani suits, fresh fruits.
Wow, keeping the gated vocals consistent with Raekwon as well.
I will never ever let you live this down.
This track really seems to be split in two here. 50% of it seems to be Kanye West kind of wiping his ass with people who doubt him, people who go against him and his vision. And then the other half of it, on the chorus here with Kid Cudi, seems to be an exploration of a fear of losing your relevancy, of losing the power that you hold, or specifically that Kanye kind of holds in his field as, you know, one of the biggest artists to ever walk the face of the earth. It's a song that kind of seems to be really struggling to kind of find where it stands on Kanye's current state of fame, which, coming after the previous song describing it as like the most fucked up, perfect version of life possible, that mental push and pull is like such a fascinating way to explore that and follow up on the previous track. I love the instrumental here. I love this sampled riff that they bring in here. Again, it gives it kind of a rap rock energy. The solo towards the end is very fun as well. The Raekwon verse maybe wasn't needed. I do agree with Space Ashes here. I do think it does drag a little bit. This track really doesn't need to be 6 minutes, like, at all. This could be cut down by like a minute and a half. And I think it would have flowed a little better. But as is, honestly, I'm feeling like a solid 8 on this. That has since grown to be a solid 9. Both the Raekwon feature and just the runtime of the track in general have grown on me. I think that the feature adds a lot more character to this track, and also this track just uses its 6 minutes so wisely to make it feel like such a complete journey that he goes through, such a complete journey of a track. Yeah, this one has grown on me a decent bit. Up next we have Power. This one's iconic. I remember this one.
I'm living in that 21st century, doing something mean to it. Do it better than anybody you ever seen do it. No one man should have all that power. The clock's ticking, I just
oh my god, dude, these drums, man.
The system broken, the schools closed.
One of the most iconic samples ever. The fucking King Crimson sample.
No one man should have all that power. The clock's ticking, I just count the hours.
Oh, so many people probably went back and found that King Crimson track, yeah.
Telling me he said they could kiss my whole ass. More specifically, they could kiss my asshole.
Such a dumb fucking line.
Reality is catching up with me. Taking my inner child, I'm fighting for custody. I don't need your pussy, bitch, I'm on my own dick. I ain't got a power to survive.
It's so silly, man. Sorry to pause it during the outro. I have to point out, I love that little detail. At the end of the line of the final verse, it repeats so exciting, and as it repeats and it gets kind of further back in the mix, it starts to sound like he's saying suicide, and then it transitions into this outro verse, and it's all about, like, death, jumping out of the window, letting it all go. Like, that's, like, little details like that are what really make this album for me, and it's shit like that that I really remember about this, and why I remember loving this so much.
Jumping out the window.
Yeah, this song is absolutely perfect in my opinion. One of the most iconic samples ever with the King Crimson vocal sample there. Not just the 21st Century Schizoid Man, but the repetition of No Sleep whirling around this track, kind of giving this feeling of panic to this track, as Kanye West is kind of finding himself at another mental crossroads of, does he try and garner himself more power, more status, more fame, or does he let it go for the sake of keeping sane? And it's explored in such harrowing detail throughout this track. The lyricism here is so fucking layered. Oh my god, there's so many, like, for all of the dumb lines, like him saying he's on his own dick, and then what was the other one? They can kiss my whole ass, more specifically my asshole. Like, all of the dumb lines, for every single one of them, there's like 10 absolutely fucking brilliant pieces of wordplay that, like, are so layered, that interweave with each other so beautifully, are called back to so perfectly throughout this track. Like, this is such a mind-blowing song that when people say, like, oh, Twisted Fantasy 10 out of 10, one of the best albums ever made, Power is really the first song on the album, like, in terms of, like, album tracklist order that I think of. Like, this actually is, like, that 10 out of 10 mind-bending, mind-altering level of quality that's like, holy shit, music this good can exist. This track is an easy 10 for me. All of the Lights Interlude. And yes, don't worry, I'll let them transition. This is gonna get no rating because it's just an interlude. The way this teases the fucking melodies throughout the next song as well shows his maturity and immaturity at the same time. Exactly, it shows how he's grown as a person, but still is able to tap into his roots as being like the rowdy, young, new face in hip-hop that he was throughout the first 3 albums. I kind of prefer this as an interlude, to be honest. Like, if I'm listening to All of the Lights on its own, the extra minute of, like, acoustic instrumentation, it just wouldn't work for me. I'm glad it's a transitional piece. Chat, we're in the back rooms.
Turn up the lights in here, baby. Extra bright, I want y'all to see this.
The fucking hidden Rihanna feature is so good. Like, it's...
If you want it, you can get it for the rest of your life.
I had to take him to that ghetto university. The lights, top lights, flashlights, spotlights, all of the lights, all of the lights.
fucking angelic backing vocals.
Restraining order. Can't see my daughter. Her mother, brother, grandmother hate me in that order. Can't let her grow up in that ghetto university.
Want you to see all of the lights.
Get mine, baby.
Another Kid Cudi feature is like, dude. Drake! I apologize for shouting. I'm looking on Genius here so I can pick apart these lyrics. I got jump scared. Verse 3, Fergie, Rihanna, and Drake. Fuck, I completely forgot Drake was on this song. Elton John's on this song? What the fuck? And Alicia, why is everybody on this song?
Unemployment line, credit card decline. We going all the way this time.
Yeah, this song is fucking insane. Looking at all of the names brought together to make this track happen, like Rihanna writing the hook, a Fergie feature, bringing in Drake. Drake only gets one fucking line on this song. He's there for a single line, but still, like, it's crazy that his presence is here on this song. You got Alicia Keys, Elton John, Kid Cudi. Everybody is on this track. Ellie Jackson on the first post-chorus as well. Yeah, and like, this song isn't just good because it's like, wow, look how many names Kanye West brought together. It's also just such an immense and impressive production. Kanye West kind of struggling to... Again, this album feels like a whole bunch of mental crossroads. It's him struggling to pick between his fame and his personal life, describing like a strained relationship with his daughter, a strained relationship with his past, him not wanting his daughter to grow up in the same environment that he did. Another thing I want to add in here is that on further listens, I can also kind of interpret this track about being like, all of the lights are him wanting to explore all of the different sides of himself, exploring the spotlights, the stage lights, and all of like the crazy shit that he's gotten to do because of who he is, but also the street lights, the cop lights, exploring his past and the personal stuff that has led him to get there. I think that using that metaphor, especially in relation to the concept of this album and the way that it continues exploring that mental tug of war between his fame and his personal life, I think that having a track here about him wanting to just have everything on display is pretty beautiful. It's such a brutal track lyrically, like all of the songs have been so far, but then you bring together such a massive explosive instrumental with the craziest, most sporadic drums, this beautiful, larger-than-life, super colorful and textured instrumental as well, like everything from the piano on this track, the horns, all of the low end here being so chunky, giving the track like a nice blocky texture, which typically I would complain about, but because of how busy it is, it's nice to have like a very thick low end for everything to sit on. This is another 10. This song's another 10 for me, man. I legit can't think of any issues with this track. Like, it's 5 minutes long, but it doesn't feel bloated. It feels like every single detail, every single second of this track is used to, like, expand upon and further the musical world building, the brutal storytelling. Like, this track is absolutely perfect, man. The first two songs did such a good job at, like, setting everything up, and then Power and All of the Lights have just been this album cranking it up to 100 and not slowing down, and hopefully it can keep that up. I don't remember this next song here, Monster.
Shoot the lights out to sacrifice your life. Bitch, I'm a monster, no good blood sucker.
Speaking of a crazy feature list, yeah, Jay-Z, Rick Ross, Nicki Minaj, and fucking Bon Iver.
I'm a motherfucking monster.
I'ma need to see your fucking hands at the concert. The best living or dead, hands down, huh? Let's talk more here right now, huh? And my only focus is staying on some bogus shit. Arguing with my older bitch, acting like I owe a shit. Whatever I wanna do, gosh, it's cool now. I'm gonna do, cause you'll never get on top of this. So mommy, best advice is just to get on top of this. Head of the class and she just wanna swallow shit. I'm living in the
head of the class and she just want to swallow shit. What the fuck, man? There's so many just flat out, like, some of his dumbest bars ever, his most eyebrow raise worthy bars, but they're so fun and they add to the fucking just absolute chaos of this album. It's pure Kanye for him to make a song about how he's a monster and then reference Napoleon Dynamite in between. Yeah, I've not watched Napoleon Dynamite in such a long time. I gotta return to that film.
Sasquatch, Godzilla, King Kong, Loch Ness, Goblin, Ghoul, a zombie with no conscience. Everybody knows I'm a motherfucking monster. Conquer, stomp you, stop your silly nonsense. Nonsense, none of you niggas know where the swamp is.
Yeah, it kind of sucks. That's a great verse. That's an incredible verse from Jay-Z, but rape and pillage your village, women and children. With what we now know about Jay-Z, yikes. I didn't know he meant that literally, you know?
Pull up in a monster automobile gangster with a bad bitch that came from Sri Lanka. Money is the Rasta and a monster crew.
What the fuck is this inflection? She is just bringing such a... Like, she's doing this, like, crazy accent, such a shaky voice as well. It feels like she's on the verge of fucking snapping. I've listened to hardly any Nicki Minaj shit. Like, I've only heard her biggest songs.
Pink wig, thick ass, give them whiplash. I think big, get cash, make them blink fast. Now look at what you just...
Doesn't mean it's confirmed anything happened. I guess for the sake of my own legal safety, nothing is confirmed or denied. These are just allegations. Though it would be advisable that you know, look into this and form your own opinion for research purposes, of course. I mean, this is another, like, high 9 bordering on a 10 right here. Damn, this album is so much better than I remember. Like, I really enjoyed it on my first listen, but holy shit, this is like cruising in high 9 out of 10 territory for me this time. This is just absolutely fucking magnificent, head to toe. The production on this track is wild. You get such a booming, aggressive drum beat, so low-end heavy. It feels like you're just in the murkiest, most disgusting musical environment throughout this entire track. All of the features do such a good job as well. Like, the Jay-Z verse was pretty fun. The Bon Iver outro here is nice. But that Nicki Minaj verse, man, the crazy inflections, just how hungry and aggressive she fucking feels throughout that entire verse. Oh my god, like crazy bars throughout this song. Some of the most likable writing on the entire album. This song is just hype as fuck, man. That's all that really matters to me. I don't even give a shit about the lyrical content on this one, if I'm being honest. It's just so exciting and enthralling. And that's like all that matters to me with this track. Honestly, I'm so appalled. I remember this intro. We got Jay-Z on this one again, and Pusha T, Sci-Hi, Swizz Beatz, and RZA.
I'm so appalled, spalled and balled, and Donald Trump taking dollars from y'all's housekeeping. I mean, goddamn, one time, let it be a bad bitch sweeping. Niggas be writing bullshit like they gotta work. Niggas going through real shit, man, they outta work. Champagne wishes, 30 white bitches. I mean, the shit is fucking ridiculous.
How should I begin this? I'm just so offended. How am I even mentioned by all these fucking beginners? More victories is for minor league coaches. And yeah, already told you we major you cockroaches. Show me where the boats.
That's a great callback. My first rap album was To Pimp a Butterfly. This was one of my first.
Flaws ain't flaws when it's you that makes the call. Flow similar to the legends of the fall.
It's like that sometimes, I mean ridiculous. It's like that sometimes, it's shit ridiculous.
That's the one thing I will say. 6.5 minutes. We're taking the piss a little bit. This didn't need to be this long. This feels like it could have been cut down a little bit. I looking on Genius here, the Sci-Hi feature wasn't actually meant to be here. I wasn't supposed to be on So Appalled. People don't know that. I kind of cheated. Kanye said, can you think of something to write on the hook? I peeped he was kind of sleepy at the time, so he went to sleep, went to the room or something. I stayed in the studio and said, I'm not just going to do a hook, I'm going to do my verse. He added like a whole 16-bar verse without Kanye even knowing about it. And you can kind of tell it wasn't meant to be there because it feels like the track just kind of awkwardly extends itself a little bit. And I think that the verse itself is very fun, but it does make the flow of this track feel a little bit wonky, a little bit like it breaks the momentum a little bit, and the track just kind of halts for, what is it, like 45 seconds to a minute to get through that verse, and then it kind of continues. That's the one thing I will say that holds this track back. Besides that, though, the features themselves are fucking incredible. I love seeing RZA extend the chorus and kind of add extra context with his extension there. That refrain from Swizz Beatz is fucking iconic. Like, I didn't remember anything about this track besides that. It's just so fucking catchy and immediately recognizable. Another great Jay-Z verse on here as well, but it's really that Pusha T verse that brings this entire track together for me. That is like one of the better features we've gotten on the album up to this point. That was just so fucking exciting. The second he entered the track, he just brought such a ferocity to this, and also kind of like a sort of unhinged quality to the album that I really appreciated. I would give this track a high 8. That has since grown to a low 9. I do still have minor issues with the pacing, but I don't think it's as detrimental to the track as I initially stated. I don't know, everything else in the song works as well. I feel like I was a little too harsh about that. The verse that we did get, even though it wasn't even meant to be on the song, was still pretty fun. Devil in a New Dress. I vaguely remember this one.
The way you look should be a sin. You my sensation. May the Lord forgive us. May the gods be with us. In that magic hour, I seen good Christians. Hood phenomenon. The LeBron rhyme. Hard to be humble when you stunting on a jumbotron. You see, I always love a sense of humor, but tonight you should have seen how quiet the room was. I said a word to me this evening. Cat, get your tongue.
Damn, the writing here. The song starts off feeling just like a love song, but then the descriptions of his feelings towards this person get so graphic, and then he kind of realizes that every word she says is bullshit. But there's a sense that he's used to this from people, and he kind of just laughs it off. The storytelling here is like, it's so good.
Looking at my bitch, I bet she give your ass a bone.
Oh shit.
Looking at my double-headed monster with a...
Okay. Rick Ross fucking kicked the door down there. Hang on a sec. That vocal mixing is crazy. He's fucking performing so close to the mic, and he's so loud, and he already has such a loud fucking voice in general. That caught me off guard. Holy shit.
When it came to dope, I was quick to export. Never tired of balling, so it's on to the next sport. New Mercedes sedan, I shed a tear before the night's over. God bless the man I put the sights over.
Yeah, that feature's fucking amazing. While I think he maybe comes on a little strong, beyond that point, that feature was fucking incredible. The way that it kind of progresses the story from Kanye kind of realizing that this entire relationship has just been bullshit, and then Rick Ross's verse kind of detailing shutting that shit down and moving on is kind of what I got from that. Like it says in his final line here, making love to the angel of death, catching feelings, never stumble, retracing my steps, kind of working your way back kind of to how you were before those feelings. Oh shit, did we get taken down? Oh god fucking damn it. All right, we're back. Anyway, as I was saying before I got so rudely interrupted, this Rick Ross feature, kind of the way it furthers the story from Kanye West kind of realizing the relationship's bullshit, all of the feelings that this other person has described are bullshit. That final Rick Ross line is kind of what cemented it for me. I'm making love to the angel of death, catching feelings, never stumble, retracing my steps. That kind of feels like him realizing, like, oh shit, everything here is fake. I need to retrace my steps and get back to the state I was in before, because like he was able to catch himself early on catching these feelings and doesn't want to fall back into another like depressive state like he has before. That's kind of why I think that this section here where he says, haven't said a word to me this evening, cat got your tongue, he kind of laughs that off like, oh, I'm in another one of these situations, it's just someone using me for my status. The little subtle bits of storytelling here and the way that all of the features are kind of adding onto that story in their own way, it's so good. Lyrically speaking, this is a fucking absolute marvel, dude. Yeah, this song's another high 9. Wrong, it's a 10. Oh, into Runaway, I see. It's been a while since I've listened to this in full. I remember bits and pieces of this track.
And I always find something wrong. You've been putting up with my shit just way too long. Let's have a toast for the douchebags. Let's have a toast for the assholes. Baby, I got a plan. Run away fast as you can. Run away from me, baby. Run away from me, baby. Run away. 24/7, 365. Pussy stays on my mind.
This most prophetic
like
song.
Just wanna fly in your Freddy
So far, I definitely
can't blame my name. And I don't know how I'ma manage if one day you just up and leave. Let's have a toast for the jerk offs that'll never take work off. Baby, I got a plan.
Got 4.5 minutes of instrumental here. I don't remember how I felt about this. It's a Flex Entertainment song. Submarine Man Fetus feature, yeah. Wait, you know Mars is on a Kanye song? I feel like, have I listened to that? I feel like I'd remember that if I had. On Bomb? What album is that on? Oh, Vultures 2, I've not heard that then. Could we compare Bomb to this? When we get to Vultures 2, when we get to the song Bomb, remind me, and I'll go back and I'll compare it to one of the songs on this album. Just to see how far Kanye gets in, what, like 13 years or so. I agree with this. This part doesn't feel like 4.5 minutes. I actually really, for as much as I'm not in love with this vocoder solo, I do appreciate what it stands for. I read this as, because this is an entire track kind of tearing apart his fame, describing all of the drugs, money, sex, fame, everything, describing it all as like a parasite and an addiction, something that he has gotten so hooked on that he doesn't want to get this other person involved in, telling them to just run as far away as they can from him and like the life he surrounds himself with. And that section at the end kind of feels like him drowning in it, him just getting so lost in all of the glory, all of the fame, getting so hooked on it that he kind of loses every single semblance of his original self that there was before he came into this fame. Which, you know, seeing where Kanye West's personality would go throughout the 2010s and into the 2020s feels very... Ryan K described this as prophetic. Yeah. It feels very telling. It feels like he has the foresight of where he's going to go and he just sinks deeper and deeper into that pit. This song is fucking incredible. It's a solid 9 for me. Not the best on the album. But I do think that what this track stands for, its ambition, and the fact that it's able to pull it off, mind-blowing shit, genuinely. Down to the final stretch of tracks here. Up next we have Hell of a Life.
I think I just fell in love with a porn star. Turn the camera on, she a born star. She gave that old nigga ulcer. Bittersweet taste made his gold teeth ache. Make a nun come, make a cremate. Move downtown, cop a sweet space.
Make a nun come, make her cremate. Every single fucking song, maybe beside, well, with that, the exception of a handful, but most of the songs have just had one or two stand out just what the fuck lines, man.
Have you lost your mind? Tell me when you think we crossed the line. Baby, we'll live a hell of a life.
That interpolation, man. Yeah. I completely forgot about that. He does, yeah, the fucking Black Sabbath interpolation. That really works. I completely forgot about that. Like, that I just had a fucking, like, realization of, oh shit, yeah, that happens on this album. Yeah, I remember not being the craziest on it before, but, like, just listening to this in context of the album again, it really works.
Tell me what I gotta do to be that guy. Said a price go down, she ever fuck a black guy or do anal. Well, I guess a lot of niggas do gangbang. And if we run trains, we all in the same gang. Now you lost your mind. Tell me when you think we crossed the line. No, we'll have a mansion and some fly maids. Nothing to hide, we both screwed the bridesmaids.
Fuck with the lights, fuck with the lights on. Fuck with the lights, fuck with the lights on.
I think I fell in love with a porn star and got divorced by the end of the night. That's one hell of a lie.
The song did not lose me. Just because I'm not moving doesn't mean the song lost me. So, interesting. Coming off of Runaway, a song about him describing, again, all of the fame, the money, the drugs, the sex, everything as being like almost parasitic and addictive, like it's a disease or something like that. And then going immediate, like telling this other person that he cares about to just run off as far away from that life as they can. Having a song here that is about him just giving into his darkest desires now that he has pushed that other person away and just saying, fuck it, he's gonna marry a porn star and then divorce her by the end of the night. The chorus literally being, tell me when you think we've crossed the line, like not really caring how far he pushes the boundary. And even realistically, it feels like he doesn't actually care if he crosses the line. Damn, such a fucking like depraved follow-up to the previous track. But it's honestly like for as brutal as it is, it's such a realistic moment of like, now that you've pushed everyone away, that feeling of just like, fuck it, I can just give into whatever now, it doesn't matter. Solid to high 9 on this one, man. That has since grown to a 10. You already knew that was gonna happen, blah blah blah, who cares? Oh my god, the storytelling is just so much better than I remember. Final 3. Next up we have Blame Game with John Legend. Oh, the breathing, I see.
Whose fault?
This one's almost 8 minutes, holy shit.
Let's call her names. I hate you more. I'll call you bitch for short. As a last resort and my first resort. But I love to play the game. I love you more. On the bathroom wall of road, I'd rather argue with you than to be with someone else. Fuck arguing or harvesting the feelings, yo, I'd rather be by my fucking self. Let's call her names. I hate you more. Let's call her names. Been a long time since I spoke to you in a bathroom, gripping you up, fucking and choking you.
You ain't finna see up.
Mogul get emotional every time I hear about
Other niggas stroking you. You should be grateful a nigga like me ever noticed you.
Now you noticeable and can't nobody get control of you.
At a certain point I had to stop, ask questions.
They got dirt on each other like mud wrestlers. I heard he bought some coke with my money.
Get the corn every time when it rains.
Let's play the blame.
more. Things used to be, now they're not. Anything but us is who we are. We walk away like strangers in the street, gone for eternity. We erase one another. Hatred and attitude tear us entirely. Chloe Mitchell.
This is one of the best written songs I've listened to in the entire time that I've run this channel. Like, I've never heard something that like describes a bitter breakup and just portrays the feelings as well as this. This is fucking brutal. This is such a tough listen. Like, this is such a difficult fucking song to stomach. It's just all of these emotions are so aggressive, they're so loud, and like when John Legend comes in with like such a gentle performance on the chorus, best written song until the last 3 minutes where it's pure yapping. I mean, right, we're about what, halfway through the track now. This has been actually perfect and is like a contender for my favorite on the album. I really hope it sticks the landing. I really hope it does.
I love you. I can't love you this much. I can't love you this much. And I know that you was somewhere doing your thing. And when the phone called, it just rang and rang. But your phone accidentally called me back and I heard the whole thing.
Oh my God. Baby, you done took this shit to another motherfucking level. Who taught you how to get sexy for a nigga?
Easy taught me.
You done went all porno on a nigga, okay? And I love it. And I thank you. I thank you. My dick thanks you. You know what? I gotta thank Easy. And when I see that nigga, I'ma thank him. I'ma shoot a bootlegger. That's how good I feel about this nigga. Ah, Yeezy taught you well. Yeezy taught you well.
In fact, the people call this album a 10 with lyrics like this is insane. While I don't know if this final section was 100% necessary, I appreciate its inclusion. The choice to have it be Chris Rock saying the most outlandish shit ever, but the context of the rest of the track kind of completely changes the tone of this final section here and makes me actually really appreciate what it does. Like, I know people in chat aren't gonna agree with me on this. This is one of my favorites. This is a high 9. Yeah, this one's also grown to a 10. On a re-listen of the album, this song actually broke me. Especially leading into Lost in the World, this song actually broke me. Yeah, I think the final like conversation is so necessary to make this track as powerful as it is. Forcing you to sit in what Kanye had to listen to, instead of just having it be like left vague, actually forcing you to sit in like 3 minutes of what he was listening to, just makes it's uncomfortable. What Chris Rock is saying is goofy, but the context of the rest of the track makes it work so well, makes it so fucking powerful. So powerful, man. And I have to give this song bonus points again for how it leads into Lost in the World and how it sets up that song to be such a massive burst of color and a second wind. This track's a 10. This track is a genuine 10 and one of the absolute best on the entire album. Yeah, people are going to give me shit for that because people will be like, oh, even with the goofy Chris Rock thing. Yes, even with the goofy Chris Rock thing. Absolutely, this track's a 10. It's fucking incredible. Yeah, the way this song describes this bitter breakup is just fucking heartbreaking. Seriously, this is one of, like, the most difficult listens I've had on camera. It's just such a rough fucking track to sit through because it's so realistic. It's so grounded and it's so honest. It just rips your heart out and just shatters it into a million pieces. This shit is like insane. It's insane that on an album, like following a track like Hell of a Life, you get something like this. Holy shit, man. Lost in the World. This Bon Iver feature's so good, by the way. I remember this song.
I'm up in the woods. I'm down on my mind to slow down time. I'm up in the woods. I'm lost in the world. in your mama's shoes. Mama say, mama my son. Lost in this plastic life, still get laid, yeah. Run from the lights, run from the night, run for your life. I'm lost in the world.
Song's breaking my brain. The context of this is just fucking brilliant.
Us living as we do.
Fucking incredible transition. Song's an easy 10. To get something that's so anthemic, to get something that is so larger than life and colorful following such a just fucking brutal track, it feels like it's a second win. Like, finally understanding how to overcome your problems, understanding that all of the shit that has been beating you down isn't insurmountable, and kind of getting that feeling of living again. It's fucking beautiful. Oh my god. Listen, that song was already a 10 for me. But the context that I'd completely forgotten, the context following the track that precedes it, and you get this beautiful Bon Iver feature, the layered vocal takes with the crazy layers of auto-tune. That song actually fucking broke my brain. Like, I cannot believe this this album sequencing, man. It's so good. Final song, Who Will Survive in America?
And the new word to have is revolution. And America is now blood and tears instead of milk and honey. America stripped for bed, and we had not all yet
bridge
closed
version of
our
the Jill Scott
eyes.
Heron
The
piece.
signs of America was a bastard, the illegitimate daughter of the mother country, whose legs were then spread around the world. What does Webster say about soul? All I want is a good home and a wife.
It says here that Kanye
After
performed
all
Lost
is
in
said
the
and
World
done,
and
build a
this
new route to China if they'll have
this
you.
memorial
Who
service.
will survive in America? Who will survive in America?
As a conclusive piece, I mean, it's a high 9. Like, it's weird. Like, I'm judging this purely as like a conclusion to the album. It being like a full circle moment, bringing in Jill Scott Heron doing an abridged version of one of his pieces, and it being like the most perfect like continuation of what the previous track was. Like, man, this album is so good. This album is so much better than I even remember it being. Like, I loved the album before, but hearing this again and like actually picking apart the lyrics and understanding the context, this deserves all of its praise. Isn't he a total nut though? Yeah, but you can be a total nut and make some good music as well, I guess. This album's a masterpiece. Like, I don't say that lightly. This album is genuinely a fucking masterpiece. Yeah, I spent every single second of this reaction in awe of the immense production. If that number is accurate and it's actually 3 million that he spent producing this album, that's 3 million well fucking spent. This is one of the best produced albums you can find in hip-hop music. The way he is working in say a rap rock adjacent track, the pop rap adjacent shit, the crazy percussion all the way throughout this album, the feature list being so extensive, everybody from Rihanna to Kid Cudi, Rick Ross, Pusha T, Jay-Z, RZA. I don't know if it was an actual feature or if it was just a sample, but the Jill Scott Heron stuff on the final track as well. The John Legend feature here is amazing. The multiple Bon Iver feature, every single feature on this album is fucking amazing. The writing, the way he explores being at a mental crossroads, deciding between fame and his personal life. It's a theme he has explored before, but having an entire album explore that and turning it into a concept and almost an overarching story is beautiful. Like, I don't think it's a perfect album necessarily, but it's close, and there's many perfect songs on here. You know, you got Power, All of the Lights, Devil in a New Dress is almost perfect for me. Blame Game is damn near perfect for me. Lost in the World is now the best song on this album, and I can probably say the best song in the Kanye West discography up to this point. fucking no doubt in my mind. The context behind that, like, had me choking up, damn near brought me to tears. And then Who Will Survive in America is the most beautiful full circle moment to close this album off. After multiple more listens, a far, far deeper connection to the album, and also multiple songs growing on me as much as they did, for the first time in this channel's history, I'm feeling a 9.9 out of 10 on this album. I've only ever given that score to one other thing, and that is the C418 Minecraft soundtrack. This is one of two things I've ever given a 99, and I think that score is pretty dumb in most instances. I usually just go with a 98 or a 100, but this is one of those albums that I think is deserving of a 99 because the story, the experience of the album is that moving, but I do think there are enough problems that I have with it in terms of pacing in a couple moments and a couple of things being slightly unnecessary that hold it back from quite reaching 10 out of 10 status for me. But this literally is as close to a 10 as you can get. This is the second ever 9.9 out of 10 I've ever given, and the first one I've ever given in a video. So take it at that. The minor nitpicks are only enough to bring it down to a 9.9 out of 10. It's the first time I've ever done this, and it's probably the last, and that score may shift on further listens. It may go up to a 10, may go down to a 98, 97. But yeah, I have formed a very special connection with this album. A very special connection, and this is going to be one that I'm going to find myself coming back to a lot, I feel. I couldn't ask for, like, much better than this. Yeah, this album's fucking incredible. It deserves all of the praise that's heaped onto it. This is the best album in the Kanye series so far for me. Possible Sade situation, yeah. A casual re-listen is needed, and a casual re-listen is going to happen. 100%. Fucking hell. Quick say Psych and give it a decent 6. Listen, I'm not Fantano. This is your proof that I'm not a Fantano clone. The album's not a 6. I don't think the album's a 6. There's your proof that I'm not a drone. You know, I'm my own individual. Holy shit, The Guardian liked it less than Fantano did. Fucking hell, The Guardian gave it a 4. You think the album's a 6? Anyone who's not crazy on this, by the way, completely understandable. This album is long. It's dense. Like, the track lengths are ridiculous. Like, there's 9-minute, 8-minute, 7-minute, 6-minute tracks on here. Like, none of the songs are particularly short besides, like, the interlude and Who Will Survive in America. Like, it's understandable anyone who's not crazy on this. This is maybe Kanye's least accessible album so far. Either this or 808s. That's another thing that I fucking love about this, is it feels like it's a middle ground between the first 3 albums and 808s. He's going back to, like, the very rowdy hip-hop sound of the first 3 albums, but working in the art pop of 808s and perfecting the lyrical content of 808s on this album as well. This is a perfection of the last album, and doing that from taking the great shit from the first 3 and applying it here. Oh my... Dude, near perfect. Damn near perfect. It's a strong 9 for me. It continues the maximalism of LR. Yeah, but it even, like, heightens that maximalism. This album is loud as fuck. So many intricate production details. Everything here is just being brought to, like, its absolute max, but it knows when to show restraint as well, like on Blame Game. The intro of Lost in the World, the way it has that, like, slow build. Listen, I could sit here and suck this album's dick for hours, but I'm gonna call it here. Doing Watch the Throne or Yeezus next? It's going to be Watch the Throne next. I'm going to be doing some of Kanye's collab albums. Best song, Lost in the World. Best song for me is Lost in the World. All right, real quick, I'll rank all of the albums that we've gotten through so far. We've made it through the first 5 albums in his Discog. Coming in last place for me is 808s and Heartbreak at an 8.3. Great album. Just, you know, my least favorite of his up to this point. Still great. Coming in at number 4, we have Graduation at an 8.6. My least favorite of the College Trilogy, but still a fantastic album. Coming in at number 3, we have The College Dropout at a 9.2. Incredible hip-hop debut. Iconic shit. Number 2, we have Late Registration at a 9.3. Even a sequel that's better than the original. The middle part of that trilogy is just an absolute fucking heater. One of the most memorable albums I've reacted to in recent memory. And then number 1 is Twisted Fantasy. An album that has grown on me from an 8.8 to a 9.9. Yeah, an album that deserves all of the praise that's heaped onto it. One of the best rap albums I have listened to. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the ranking of all of the Kanye West albums so far. People call The Life of Pablo a continuation. I don't know. I don't know shit about The Life of Pablo, if I'm being honest. Like, going into the rest of the discography, any albums that I haven't heard yet, I don't really know anything about them. Like, I'm going into the rest of these fairly blind. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Check out my other Kanye West reactions if you haven't. They'll be in a playlist over here. Subscribe if you haven't as well. We're on our way to 5K. Like the video. It helps more people see it. In the description, you can find my Discord, my Album of the Year, my Instagram, my other channels. Check those out if you haven't. Yeah, and I will see you all whenever I next stream or upload, and for the rest of the Kanye series. Bye-bye.